We're live. Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It's about 6:40 a.m. This is our 436th show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and we're here to talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way so that we can bring value to our customer, not work 60, 80 hours a week, get home to our family and friends, which I used to have my mission statement. I put it back up so they can have some fun and enjoy life, right? And be effective with their time and what we're doing. And I think Scrum and Agile help you get there. Some people think it doesn't, but I do believe it does. So I'm just going to have one topic today because one, it's late. It's not in the 5 o'clock hour. It's up late last night moving stuff around the house because we're going to try to get the floors haven't been done in 40 years. So they're a little worn out. So we're going to try to bring them up a little bit. And I have a small house. So guess what? What you can't see on the back side of this thing is stuff. The whole house is like in this room. Because it's only a little Trinity, only 15 by 15. Two of them. So I mean, it looks a lot on the front. But I'm like, we only go 15 feet deep, man. It ain't a big house. So it's all here. And got to get that done next couple of days. So we'll see how the show goes over tomorrow and Saturday, because I know they said they need 3 days to do the job. So hopefully it all works out well. So what we're going to talk about, I want to continue from yesterday. I talked about short-term thinking, and it's not Scrum Master's job to tell a team on how many points to take, even though the points would probably be a lot more than what they normally would do. Sometimes they need it, sometimes the work needs it, sometimes it doesn't. And I want to get to the point, talk about what happens when you have a product owner who wants a lot of points all the time. What do you do? Well, that's your job to rectify, right? If it's a one-time thing and the team's like good for it, then it's time to rectify it. Where maybe I drew a little chart just for the intro and the picture. We got points over here, sprints down here over time, and the red chart is the actuals that they do, and the blue one is what, like, the PO commitment. And I have seen this chart before. This is a chart from one of my teams. Actually, it went down. In the thing because they had some technical blockers, and then once they fixed the technical blockers, it went back. Then it started going up and up and up and up and went up because they were really working really well together. Actually, it went up. But in the case of yesterday's story, kind of talked about, okay, product owner went up, we kind of went up. So maybe the product owner and everybody, they went up one sprint and they came back down. So that would be the idea, is that we committed and actuals. Actuals. So maybe the two are good. So this is okay. This is temporary. This is short term. So if that's what happens, they spike up, they come back down, and they're back to normal. They might even be a little higher. Who knows? Because maybe they found some efficiencies that they normally wouldn't get, because you're like, okay, how the heck are we going to get all this work done in this 2-week sprint? And we need to be more efficient. Maybe they find some efficiency and they actually produce at a higher level in the future because they found efficiency. There is some benefits for that because it challenges the mind, right? It challenges the team to figure out new ways of doing business in a tough area. Not that they work all overtime. They probably would do some overtime and everything like that, but maybe they found some new ways to be more efficient in how they code, how they review stuff, how they process it through, things like that. So maybe there is a little benefit for sometimes going for a peek out and see if we can't find new ways of doing it. And if you can't and you come back cramming down, don't do it again, right? So there's the thing. So what do you do when you have this product owner who really wants to push for a lot more work all the time? Well, I had this exact same situation. I had a product owner who was up here, and the team actually went down this way. So this is the product owner going up, and this is the team going down. They actually went opposite directions, and he kept putting that stuff on there. Mostly because stuff didn't get done that was in this valley, and it just kept adding and adding and adding. Well, what did I have to do? I had to tell him to stop it. I actually went to their office, or I think I even sent an email. I said, "Did you see this? You have to stop. This is not going to work. This is wrong." And he was actually taken back because it was a Scrum Master, because I came in and I squashed it, right? Um, and people say, "Oh, what are you doing, Greg?" No, no, you have to squash it. I mean, you have to say outright that that's wrong. You're making a mistake. You're going to piss off the customer. They're going to be so mad because the team's down here and you're up here and you're promising all this work to get done and it ain't getting done. And the customer's looking for it every 2 weeks. Remember, it's 2 weeks. So every one of these things is 2 weeks. So that's like 2 weeks. That's a month, and that's another month. So you have this whole month of time of all this work, and it actually accumulates because you're predicting this much work done, and there. So the cumulation. See, that's a good picture. So let's use this green pen. Here's the problem. Well, actually, the person will usually carry it over. With this area under the graph that I'm showing underneath this graph here, that's work, and that just piles on top of each other, right? So in actuality, you owe a lot more in about 4 sprints than you think you owe, because you made this extra promise that's not even in there, right? Unless they just kept rolling stuff over, it's just not getting done. So potentially you did an additive effect, and potentially it's just rolling over from sprint to sprint. So what do you do? So what I did is I let them, okay, you're going to do this. I let them go for like 2 sprints. Come the 3rd sprint, I'm like, we can't do this anymore. And I had a meeting with them as a Scrum, I was the Agile Coach, the Scrum Master and product owner. Pulled them aside. You can't do this anymore because you can't keep promises, because they're going to lay everybody off because you're not producing and you're just making everybody miserable. You have to promise what the team delivers. And he did it. And it got down. And the team finally appreciated it. Once the team got their blockers fixed, they just accelerated like crazy, right? And they worked better as a team because now the product owner knew how to work alongside the team and mimic what they could do versus what in the product owner's brain was there. So just continue from short term. Okay, let them do the short term. But if they stay up there, you have to step in. Okay? So there is a difference where I said yesterday, well, let them make the decision. But they still have that big gap between what is actually being done and what is being promised to the customer, and they consistent, then you have to step in as an Agile Coach or Scrum Master. Hopefully the Scrum Master is strong enough to do it and say, stop. You can't keep doing this. This is not going to work. You have to start committing to what you're producing. That's when you do it. So I wanted to give that to you because people are like, oh, there's your answer. We'll just let the product owner do whatever they want. And the answer is no. You as a Scrum Master or an Agile Coach have to be brave enough to say no. And it's time to go back. You establish what your velocity is, what you can do, even when you're pushing it. And this is the velocity. From now on, you have to commit to that. So that's what you got to do. I'm going to keep it short today because a lot of things to do. So please give us a thumbs up, just to one topic, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Fortune Cookie Friday. I have no idea how we're going to do this. So ring the little bell so you get notification when the stuff's here, and we'll be good. All right. Take care. The wife's over there looking at me. I think I got to do something, so I got to go. All right. Bye. Shh. See ya. What's up?